PancakeSwap, copycat of Uniswap, but it's been killing it on the Binance Smart Chain network. It's made it effortless to do cheap transactions, fast transactions. I use PancakeSwap a lot. So today we're gonna look at the technicals, we're gonna look at some fundamentals. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so I can help you more. And if you don't know me by now, my name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro. I've been trading currencies for over 15 years and I bring that knowledge and wisdom to the crypto market and to you. I was actually featured in this best-selling book back in 2008, High Probability Trading Strategies. Because this whole game is about probabilities, right? It's all probabilities. I got a degree in mathematics and a big part of it was statistics. It's all probabilities and we're gonna get an edge in our favor. So let's dive straight in. Now, before we jump into Pancake, let's jump into Bitcoin. Quick update. Today's price is 32,935 as of the 2nd of July, 7:42 a.m. 7:42 a.m. Now, quick price update. All-time high of Bitcoin is $64,804. And today we are 50% below that price. So we're 50% down from Bitcoin. Again, we're not going to jump into the price action of Bitcoin. Just wanted to kind of say, look, this is where we're at today. And because Bitcoin is like an indicator, it's almost like a moving average. It indicates where the rest of the market is. When Bitcoin is doing big things and it's really there's a lot of optimism, it brings that optimism to the rest of the market. So now let's jump into the main piece, which is PancakeSwap. I have a question for you. I use Coingecko and I use Coinmarketcap. Both pretty much do the same thing, but they're different at the same time. I want your opinion on what shall I use for my videos. Should it be Coingecko? So this is PancakeSwap on Coingecko, and it gives us this valuable information. It looks like this. And this is Coinmarketcap. PancakeSwap gives us valuable information. Looks slightly different, different feel. So we'll use both today, but I would love for you to tell me, what should I use going forward? Do you prefer Coingecko or do you prefer Coinmarketcap? Right, so what's the key information? PancakeSwap price today is $12.48. Geez, $12.48 is a top 40 coin. It's currently ranked 39 on Coingecko. Let's see if it's the same on Coinmarketcap. Price to $12.48, ranked 39. Sometimes they have slightly different data when it comes to their market cap, but it seems to be bang on the same. Here it's saying it's 2.365. Here it's saying it's 2.365, so it's bang on the same. What we want to check today, before we jump into some of the fundamentals of PancakeSwap, is all-time high is 43.96. And how do you find that on CoinMarketCap? You click this show more, and you scroll down a bit more, and then it tells you here as well. All-time high is 44.18. You'll see that it's slightly different prices, right? 43.96 and 44.18. How can I have different prices? Well, one of them uses closing day data and one uses the price, the high that it actually made. It's just is what it is, right? For different reasons. So the price action is down from the all-time high by almost 72%. 72%. Wow, 72%. All-time low was 8 months ago in November 2020 at 19 cents. Yes, these projects once upon a time, not that long ago, was it November 2020? What's that? 7 months ago. Is that right? That's right. Yeah, that is right. 7-8 months ago, PancakeSwap was 20 cents, right? Can you believe it? And today it's $12. What's that? 5 times 12 is what, 60, 60x since just 6 months ago, right? And that's the nature of these markets. They're young, they're infant. So let me know, what do you prefer? I want to do a quick update using Coingecko or CoinMarketCap just to kind of get that key data, the market cap, the positioning and ranking, the price, and just a reminder of the all-time highs. Let me know, Coingecko or CoinMarketCap. Put it in the comments below. What do you prefer? Now with PancakeSwap, this is their main website, and then we're going to go into some of their information on what is PancakeSwap. So it's a copycat of Uniswap, right? You use the same code and then it just jazzed it up, different branding and a few different features. But the core essence of PancakeSwap is the exchange feature. There is liquidity pools and so on and so forth. It just modeled it. It's just basically the Uniswap, but on Binance Smart Chain. And why would you use Binance Smart Chain? Well, it's cheaper and faster. They use delegated proof of stake, which means it's faster transactions and they can do it cheaper. The security tends to be less, but for the user, for you and I, we're not going to notice that. Yeah, it's good enough for what we need. And Ethereum, Uniswap on Ethereum has a different mechanism, and they're recently improving that mechanism for Uniswap. So this is the exchange feature. You'll see it looks exactly the same as, or not exactly, but close to the same as Uniswap, same features, swap feature. But now if we just jump into PancakeSwap intro, trade, earn, win. PancakeSwap helps you make the most out of your crypto in 3 ways: trade, earn, and win. It's gamified it, right? So it kind of gives you all this information. If you want to go over this yourself, what you can do on the main website on exchange.pancakeswap.finance, high recommendation. There's a lot of phishing sites out there, so you just want to be careful from a security point of view. If you go to Coingecko or Coinmarketcap, it has the website over here. Use that as your reference and then save, bookmark it, or just use it from CoinMarketCap. So when we click this, it opens up the new website, right? That just ensures that you're getting to the right website. It's just a lower probability of going wrong. Because if you Google it, I've been caught out a couple of times when there's phishing sites that put it as an advert and it shows up as the top rank. And naturally you'll think it's PancakeSwap. You'll click, it looks exactly the same. And then before you know it, you've lost some tokens. So if you just scroll down where it says more, and then it says docs, click on that. You got all this information on the left-hand side from the exchange, from the yield farming, from the syrup pools, from the lottery, from the predictions, NFTs, IFOs, initial farm offerings. They got a lot on PancakeSwap. So if you want to do a bit of a deeper dive, that's the place to go. What we're going to focus on now is technicals. So that was just a quick overview on fundamentals. Let me know if you want me to go a deeper dive into fundamentals, or if you want to keep it surface level so we can kind of get into the technicals also. So remember, technicals is all about shorter term price action based on fear and greed, optimism and pessimism. Fear, uncertainty and doubt does impact the markets. Panic buying, panic selling, fear of missing out, it's all real. Applies to all markets: stocks, golds, commodities, forex, so currencies, you name it, it's real. And blockchain, because it's an infant market with younger projects, as global and unregulated, meaning that everyone can participate. The psychology more often than not is more raw, and it tends to really fine tune where the market's at. So we can look at PancakeSwap and look at this. We do a couple of counts, but the main thing I want to focus on is this. We'll keep it nice and simple, nice and clean, because simplicity is best. Leonardo da Vinci said it's the ultimate sophistication. So let's apply that. We got this nice move up, right? And what we want to do is just say, right, this is looking like a nice wave one on a macro degree level, right? Macro meaning like the bigger picture, the biggest count we can get with the information that's available. We go, great. And now we've got this move to the downside. Now, typical corrections for a wave 2 happen in 3 waves, and it's typically A, B, C. So what we do here is trying to determine the psychology of the market. Is a wave 2 would be somewhere down here. I'm going to put a question mark, boom, over here. Now this is a very impulsive, like this is not overlapping. Overlapping means like this is overlapping. These are corrective features, corrective psychology, right? The market's uncertain, it's buying, it's selling, it doesn't know what it's doing. And impulsive means higher highs and lower highs. So the market's really moving up, right? So that gives us a lot of information. So we're in this corrective part of this market, but this looks like a nice wave A, or clean ABC, and it's not that steep. Normally it gets to a minimum of 50%, but here, let's have a quick look at what it is. Let's do a quick price retracement. I reckon it's like 23%, just from looking at it. Like it's barely 23%. Typical should be like an absolute minimum 38.2, and 50% is the most common. And there's nowhere near that, but we made a lower low. So it's just showing that there's big signs of low confidence in the market. So people are selling off. But what we can do next is here we can go, right, it looks like a very clean, let's have a look. Looking for this one, looking for an A, B, and we're coming up to a C down here. And let's just make this into an intermediate wave count. We'll use a black line, and then so you can see that's what we're looking at the moment, right? So we can keep the wave off. That's what we're looking at. So now what we can do is some price projections. Price based on the golden mean Fibonacci 1.618. What the heck is 1.618? Well, Leonardo, I don't even know his first name. Mr. Fibonacci. Mr. Fibonacci. I need to find out his first name. Should we find out his first name? Let's find out his first name. I digress, but I need to know this. Fibonacci. First name. First name, yes. Okay, what's his first name? It was Leonardo. Is that right? How did Fibonacci get his name? Okay, Fibonacci, also known as Leonardo Bonacci. Okay, his name's not even Fibonacci. Is that right? Fibonacci, also known as Leonardo Bonacci, Leonardo of Pisa, or Leonardo Bigolo Pisano, was an Italian mathematician. Oh, okay. Didn't even know his name. Might not even be Fibonacci. I'm calling him Mr. Fibonacci. It's Leonardo Pisano Bigalio. All right, I might just stick to Mr. Fibonacci. All right, Mr. Fibonacci, right? 1.618 figured out that many things in life, in the world, nature, trees, shells, seashells, geometric curves, and everything else apply to this golden mean 1.618. Commercial companies like even credit card companies have realized that things that apply to a 1.618 feel great in your hands. So a credit card, if you measure the short side and the long side, the ratio difference apparently is 1.618. That's why credit cards feel so good in your hand, apparently. That's what I heard. Anyway, what Ralph Nelson Elliott in the late 1800s, early 1900s, mid 1900s figured out was psychology applies to these ratios. And that's when we're doing these lines that sometimes look like random lines are not random lines. These are high level psychology of the markets. So we're going to measure, we can get rid of these. The key numbers that we want are minimum 50%. We can see that we've exceeded that already. The next level is 62%. We can see that we exceeded that. And the typical maximum of wave 2 is a 78.6%. So it's just below where the price action is. That's the typical maximum. And we're reaching that zone. So that's very valuable information. Then wave C, right? This wave C, which is actually showing strength. You can see it's not as steep as this wave A. Wave A was almost like a cliff, like jumping off a cliff. It's just almost vertically down, which is never a good sign, right? Here, it's more of a steady, more comfortable part of the correction. So that's saying that there's more optimism coming back into the market. So we may see a good reversal. So now let's do what's called a alternate price projection. We're going to measure this wave A, project it from this wave B. And for this kind of pattern, the 62%, which is really low down here, right? It's unlikely to get this low. But we'll put it there anyway because it's way below the 78.6. So that's not that much valuable information. This is just unusually deep and steep, this over here. But what's going to be more valuable for us is looking at the intermediate wave count and the micro wave count. So what does that mean? We're going to do an external retracement. This is a confirming indicator. The numbers that we want are 1.618 and 1.272. You see it's right around, clustered around this. Yeah, so this is really irrelevant for us because it's such an outlier. Look how far it is away from the market. So we can even just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. It's not giving us any valuable information other than noise. And then last but not least, what we can do is look at this part of the market because this wave C will typically break down into 5 waves. So let's jump into a 4-hour chart. We'll jump into a 4-hour chart. Let's just see if this gives us any valuable information. This is what we're calling a wave B. And we got this. It's a real sideways kind of movement. There is a condition called it's a sideways, I can't remember the correct term. It's like I think it's a 5th wave diagonal. It's when the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this way is on the downside, actually overlaps and it looks corrective, but it's actually impulsive. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we should probably just get one more move to the downside. So I'm just looking at this. Let's just keep it really, really simple here. We're just going to do one price projection on this count here. You know, it's not that clean, but for now, let's just do an external retracement for this last part of this move. I just want to check the candlesticks, see how wide they are. Yeah, they're not that wide. That's fine. We'll use it on this data actually, because we'll normally do this on the intraday data. Yeah, and it just kind of clusters on this other zone over here. So this just gives me valuable information. So the main thing that we want to know now is the likelihood is, from a price perspective, we are going to likely see a low being made for PancakeSwap in this region over here. We can get a bit more of an indicator on the weekly momentum. Cake's only been around since September 2020, or was only listed on Binance September 2020, hence the data is only available since then. But the main thing I want to look at is this indicator down here. We can see that is in the oversold zone. So the weekly momentum, the weekly chart, the downside should be limited. And then we can look at the indicators on, let's just go back to the line chart. Yeah, so yeah, this one down here is going to be more useful for us. So let me just get rid of the other one. Yeah, so on the next bullish reversal, when this indicator goes to the downside and crosses over, it will probably coincide with this price. And then we should see the end of the wave 2 correction. One last thing we can do that will help us is time analysis. This wave 1 beginning to the end, typical correction is a minimum of 50%, which is right in that zone over here. And then the next zone, typical correction is 62% and then 100%. You see 100% over here. So we're in this zone, right? And then we can also do one last thing. It's probably going to be 1.618 where we measure wave A. Don't worry if you're not following me here. It's more we're just looking at where does the lines cross over. If they do cross over, the main one that we really want is the 1.618, which is the typical maximum, which is this zone over here. So now we've got a nice time zone. This is basic time analysis, by the way, guys. It's nothing too in-depth. It might look like it's in-depth, but we can go much more in-depth. If you want me to go more in-depth in time analysis, it just takes more time. I can do it live, or I can see if I can pre-do it and then show you. But sometimes it's good seeing the method to the madness, because if you're making decisions based on the technical analysis that you're seeing, then you want to hopefully understand more of it. So now we've got this zone. So let's just quote this. Let's wrap up. We've got pattern, ABC of a wave 2. That's down here, right? Pattern. We got price. We got this cluster zone, right? From $10.70 down to the low of, it's clustered, just about see it, is around $7.80, right? So we've got that tight zone. We got time. We passed that minimum time. So the maximum, based on just basic Fibonacci time analysis, is the 12th of July. So we may see the end of the wave 2 by the 12th of July. And we got the momentum indicator, and we want that to coincide. We don't really make any decisions until we see the next bullish reversal. If you're looking to buy, if you're already hold, you know, you may see another 30% drawdown before the market, you know, reverses. And what are we anticipating after a wave 2? PancakeSwap is a beast of a project, right? There's a lot of volume, there's a lot of total value locked in the project as well. It's got some really strong fundamentals. The volume on it this year has just been immense. It's just really become a real tester to Uniswap. But we're expecting all-time new highs above this wave 1. But the next major level that we want to see a strong close and break above is this, above this wave B. Is like a real confidence builder for the whole market. And let's do a final price projection. If this wave 2 holds and it does end up coming the beginning of the wave 3, what is the price action? We're just doing this for fun and entertainment. I'm going to take it from, let's just say it came down to this low. The typical wave 3 is 1.618. Where is that? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It is $76. $76. You heard it here first. If wave 2 holds down here with this price cluster, this time cluster, and the momentum and the pattern, if it holds and it reverses, which is a good probability of happening, but we need a bit more information. The price zone that eventually, it won't go in a straight line. It'll build up towards it, especially if the next phase of the bull market really kicks off. The next price target that we can expect is $76.46. There you have it. Fundamentals, technicals. Let me know today. Coingecko, boom, or do you prefer Coinmarketcap? So rather than me using both and randomly switching between the two, you tell me and I will just stick with the one. Both of them do the job, so it's brilliant. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm just looking for the book. I'm doing my quote of the day. Warren Buffett and George Soros. This one was powerful, this quote. I just read it a second ago. The winning investment habits of, right? Found this randomly on my bookshelf and I was like, let me have a quick reminder, because over 10 years ago I bought this book. Right? It stands the test of time. Okay, you are what you measure. That's what the chapter says. This is in chapter 6. All right, I'm going to read this quote from Jill Blake. Jill Blake. I believe that systems tend to be more useful or successful for the originator than for someone else. It's important that an approach be personalized, otherwise you won't have the confidence to follow it. You want to have a confidence in your system. So I have systems. I use different models for trading, investing, for launch pads, and I create it. But because I know the thinking that's gone into it, I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Whereas if someone else just sees the information, that's why I'm trying to kind of fill in the gaps when I do my technical analysis, rather than just going wave C over wave 2, price analysis, boom. I'm doing it live so you can see the method to the madness and educating in the process. But when you're creating your own system, when you exit, when you enter, when you hold, what you're doing, you personalize it to yourself and do the thinking yourself and write it down yourself and adjust it for you and your personality and your goals and ambitions in life, you're more likely to follow it. And if you follow it, the probability of you succeeding goes through the roof. If you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let me know what you want to see. And also let me know in the comments below, Coingecko or Coinmarketcap. See you soon.